Sorry if I scared you there, but I'm kinda new to all this. This is my first YouTube video, and I saw that my shorts were getting a lot, and I mean a lot of views. Well, at least for me, 1.8 thousand views. Wow, thank you so much. So, as an act of gratitude, I decided to make a YouTube video, someone explaining how I made my Freddy Fazbear mask / cosplay. Soon, I will be making a body, but for now, this is what I have for you. What should I call you guys? I guess leave suggestions down in the comments. If there are comments, materials are in the description. I would like to explain this diagram that I got from a very known FNAF cosplayer, Daregularsauce. This diagram is an example on how you build a base for a FNAF cosplay head out of polyfoam. Now there will be a bit of math required, but don't worry, if you don't like math, just use a calculator. My head is 23 inches long, so therefore I would add 2 inches to the base, so it won't be super tight but fit snug. Let's read diagram 1. Find the radius so you can figure out how long the triangles on the top have to be to complete the dome. 2. Divide the circumference by the number of triangles you want on top. The more you use makes the final shape smoother. For this mask, I used 10, then mark the foam at each of the intervals of what you get. I got 2.5 inches when dividing 25 inches by 10 triangles. And before you use hot glue, don't use hot glue. Use contact cement. Hot glue can get messy, and if you're impatient like me, you'll never finish. So I recommend using contact cement. I got the 30-ounce one at Home Depot. That was just the right amount of contact cement for this project. Moving on. After you glue it with the contact cement, you have to cut the bucket. Multiply the measurement of the base. For me, it was 25 inches. So if I multiply 25 times 0.44, it will equal 11. So the height of the base for me is 11 inches. After you got your base, you want to wrap it in foam twice, so it's a lot bigger like Freddy's head. You can use hot glue for small things, but not stuff like the triangles and the edges to form the bucket. Once you have wrapped it, put a circle on top of Freddy forming this. If you have done these steps correctly, you have completed the first steps to becoming William Afton. Wait a minute, why do I suddenly have the urge to? Back to the video, but I have to finish explaining. What do you think I was gonna say? Huh? So then you have to start adding.
These chubby cheeks.
Multiply your base measurement by 3.125. In my case, 25 is my base measurement. So 25 times 3.125 equals 8 inches. That's the cheek size. Stack another one about 1 inch smaller, then mirror it. After that, glue a slab of foam around the same height as Freddy's head. Then make sure the slab touches the back of... Okay, I'll stop. It should look like this. Then comes the part where you have to do the hardest part, carving it. I used a turkey carving knife. Not only is it faster and more efficient than scissors, but it's also less tiring. I have no way of explaining this one. I would recommend going to Sketchfab and looking at a model of Freddy for reference. I'll wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, you're done. Now, after all that, it should look something like this. It's time to make a muzzle. The length of the muzzle should be the same as the height of the head, mine being 11 inches. Shape your muzzle. Mine came out a bit squarish, but that's okay. If there's one thing I learned from this project, is that nothing is perfect. I loved the Freddy mask and how it came out, and you should love yours too. Next, glue the muzzle in place. After that, it's time for the jaw. Go back to the Freddy 3D model and look at it from the right side. Draw the shape of the jaw and trace it onto the polyfoam. The jaw should be a bit bigger than his muzzle. Stack the jaw pieces and glue them. It should look something like this. Time for his ears! Make them however you want. I stacked foam and rounded the ear inside. For the hat, it's pretty self-explanatory. Make a cylinder and a circle, glue it, and you got a top hat. Once you've done that, it should look something like this. Time for patterning. This process is also from Daregularsauce, link in the description for his video on it. Oh hey, you're back! Alright, now that I'm assuming you have finished the fabric, let's 3D print the eye rails and nose. If you don't have a 3D printer, use clay or make them out of foam. After they are finished printing, I sanded them, put primer on them, then spray painted a gloss black. I love how they turned out. After that, I designed an endo jaw for him with red stuff. After that, I added servo motors and programmed his eyes to move. Speaking about the eyes, I used clear Christmas ornaments and printed out his pupil, link in the description, and then glued it with a regular glue stick. If you don't know how to program, I recommend just putting plastic cups and inserting the eyes in there, and it would allow for extra mobility. His endo ears and teeth are slabs of EVA foam. The teeth and eyes were spray painted with an old white color. Don't overdo it, since the ice can melt. And lastly, you can just use beads for his freckles. And without further ado, if you have done all these steps correctly, you have created this. Oh dear, that is not right. Okay, this. So I think I have covered everything. Just in case, if anyone has any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments. Oh. What? I didn't do an outro. And this is me, Bunch of the Fat Cat, signing off.